Hey. Uh, Please subscribe, share it everywhere because I want everybody to hear what I'm about to say in the entire world. Everybody needs to hear what I need to say what I'm going to say, and then I'm going to watch it, and then I need to hear what I'm about to say, right? Which is selfish. We've been taught some crazy stuff. You know, a lot of this history we've been taught is not true. A lot of a lot of stuff we've been taught is not true or not advantageous. It's not advantageous to our betterment. That's how I want to put it. A lot of what we've been taught is not advantageous to our betterment. A lot of it is taught in cliches and religion and stuff. But the thing this is about self. You know, they tell us not to be selfish, not to be, even they say don't be motivated by selfishness. They've been indoctrinating us with that kind of thought for, our entire lives. That is detrimental. That's just straight up detrimental. The most vibrant energy that we possess is selfishness. Are you listening? The most vibrant energy that we possess is selfishness. That's what gets us up in the morning, moves us around. That's what we are. Self-E-S. They say somewhere in the Egyptian thing above something there in Alexandria, I think they say, know thyself. That's a misinterpretation. They misleading you again, just like they say, know who you are. You don't need to know who you are. You need to know what you are. But they say who you are to throw you off. Yeah. Now, let's go to know thyself. Ain't got nothing to do with it. The actual translation is realize thyself. In realizing thyself, you realize what you are. That's what you are, not who you are. You understand? You realize what you are. You are thyself. You are self. Your piece of self. That's what you are. And the only thing that motivates you, and since you've been born, is selfishness. They tell you, oh, don't do that. So now you're arguing with yourself. They didn't gave you this screwed up God thing that keeps making mistakes. He just makes mistakes and blame the mistake on the mistake. Yeah, I created them, but see, they messed up. Well, if you didn't create them messed up, they wouldn't have messed up. See, he should get out of the creator business. That Jehovah, whatever, Yahweh garbage, he needs to get out of the God business because he's messing it up for our people. We need to get out of his business. That ain't got nothing to do with us because the creator creates continuously and is always creating. Jehovah created, and I don't know what he did after that. He sent his son. He did all kind of stuff. Told people to murder babies and shit. You know the story. Come on. Woo. So the thing I'm saying is the most vibrant and the most doggone it, the most strongest force that we have at our command is selfishness. And they're telling us to get rid of it. I'm selfish when I help my children. That's for me. I do that for me. You have to understand, and they gave you this religious thing about, oh, you die and you go to heaven. That's all garbage. For you, it might be good for them. I don't know. That's their story. Let them tell it. I don't know. But you know in your heart, your story says to you, selfishness is the strongest motivation you got. That's what will make your heart beat, dude. It's selfishness. I did that for her because I got that rush and selfishness. I do this and do that because I want this, I want this. Hey! Now, let's put selfishness in a cultural realm where it works for us. Selfishness is knowing that I'm coming back. Part 1, reincarnation. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, I'll break it down. I don't know. Selfishness is the thing that makes you get up in the morning. That's it. That's self. That gets up. The mind wants things like a car and stuff. The self don't want that. Self don't even care about no car. Y'all know that? It's the mind. That's why you say you gotta focus your mind. Yeah, because your mind is being tricked into wanting stuff. They put fucking flicks on TV and everything for your mind. All that stuff is for your mind. When you in that virtual reality, guess what? That's all in your mind. It don't exist in reality. It's in your mind. They want you to live in your mind like that's what the Matrix was showing you in that little pod. I mean, if you watch it, that's what I saw. In that little pod, that's your mind. You're living in your mind. They were living in their mind. In their mind. In them little pods. They never got out of their mind. Their body never moved or nothing because they were in their mind. You want to live like that? In your mind? See? The mind works for the self. Once the mind, the self, separate and the mind works for the self, then the mind can control the matrix. Right now, the mind cannot control the matrix because the mind is controlling the self. The self is the only thing you have. The body and the mind and all that stuff you own. You own your mind. That's your mind. Self, however, is you. Self-preservation. It already told you it's the strongest force of nature. Self-preservation is the strongest force of nature. That's why people take care of their children. They don't take care of their children because of no government say I got to take care of them. No. They understand self. They understand reality and what's really happening. Not no fairy tale story about some guy on a cross somewhere, garbage. No, they understand reality about what's really going on in the real world, not in a book and in your mind. That's all mental garbage. I believe this. I believe that. That's all in your mind. That's all mental garbage. I don't care what you believe. It doesn't matter what you believe. That belief thing got nothing. They keep telling you that because that's all they know is what they've been told. They haven't been into self. Self is the biggest reservoir of power. So when people say, we got no power, that's because we ain't into ourself, we into our mind. The mind ain't got no power. Ain't no power in that. The mind works like any other AI. It's artificial intelligence. It takes in whatever it gets, and then it puts out whatever it gets. And all that AI gonna start thinking, y'all tripping. That's y'all tripping. The self don't happen like that. Oh yeah, you can put a lot of information in. Don't put. I tell you what, you want the AI to work and be self. Don't put no information into it, and watch what happens. When nothing come out, just be a mass of whatever that is over there. Ain't no AI. The AI is your mind. Virtual reality is in your mind. You want to live in your mind in a little pod. You're sitting there with that thing in your face and this thing on your ear and the thing in your face. Why don't you just go into the pod, man? Just go. Volunteer into the pod. And live in the pod. And you'll be in your mind all the time. And it can be whatever you want. The horrors and the... that's where nightmares come from, the mind. Not from the self. The self don't care nothing about this. The self on a whole nother mission, and once you get into self, you'll know the mission. Like, what is my mission in life? Your mind can't help you with that, baby boy, baby girl. It's a done deal. You have to go into the self, find out, put the mind to the side, because the mind is a computer. It works when you need it. When you don't need the computer, close it down. Always be in the, in front of that thing. Close it down and use your mind. Your mind knows, knows things. So when you need to know something, then ask your mind. And your mind will go around in circles through all its permutations about what it's been told and what it hasn't been told until it comes up with an answer or no answer. But you can ask yourself for anything spontaneously and get the answer. But you have to learn how to realize. Realization is different than knowing. We all experience it all the time. Realization. Realize yourself. Yourself is the most vibrant thing that ever lived. To squash that, talk about, oh, don't be selfish. Don't think of yourself. Beat yourself to death. Yeah, you're depressed. You got high blood pressure. You're dying at 33 from old age because you didn't beat yourself to death. People say our own worst enemy is yourself. Really, your worst enemy is yourself. They just be telling you stupid shit. Your worst enemy is the motherfucker telling you that. That's your worst enemy right there. I just told them to. I know they be tired. Ooh. I can dig it. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, self is all there is. All there will be. And then when you die, they say, oh, you go to heaven, fuck heaven. You come back here, man, this is the place. This is heaven. Make heaven now. And then make heaven for your children. Make heaven for your comeback. That's what we were doing when we were so vibrant. We spoke the truth all the time. Because that's part of what we do here. The self ain't speaking the truth. The self is dying. The self must speak truth. That body and stuff make that, this is the power. The power is in truth. The power is in nature. When you don't speak the truth, your words don't have no power. You can say I'm all iggly biggly, abba dabba, like I don't care. Ain't no truth in you. Coming out of you, your words ain't got no power. You might psychologically, rip off a few idiots and stuff, talk about, I'm going to show you how to. There's guys out there, they call them con men. They get your confidence with crap. And then you be like, see, that's what a con man do. Like they say, I heard, what's his name, put it again, Papa Duck. And I like Duck. Y'all listen to Papa Duck. Go Papaduck. All right. A robber runs away. A con man walks away. You're being con. You're being con. You know something wrong. You know you're being ripped off, but you can't figure it out. You're being con. Just that simple. Your confidence, and that's your confidence. You have put your confidence somewhere erroneously. Like, don't be selfish. You put your confidence in those cliches and stuff like that. Don't be selfish with them. Instead of putting your confidence in yourself, because they call that self-confidence. Imagine. Put the confidence in yourself and convince yourself that you are perfect and always speak the truth. They're going to try you. The moment you determine or decide, it's like happiness. Happiness is a decision. Speaking the truth is a decision. Happiness is a decision. The moment you make that decision, if you're not having already made it, I welcome you to make it at any moment that you feel free, Like now, you can do that and then watch the rest of what I'm saying or the rest of this sentence. You can already be and made that decision. However, let me tell you about this. In life, every time you make these kind of decisions, something about the life is going to try you to see if you're real, to see if you're talking the truth, to see if you got this is you. It's from the self. They're going to try you. Soon as you make the decision to be happy, somebody's going to try to make you upset, mad, angry, this, and then you can still be happy through all them emotions. Because happiness is not an emotion. Happiness is a decision. All you have to do is decide. Guess what else is a decision? To be selfish is a decision, and you should decide to be selfish. And just like speaking the truth all the time, it's a decision. It's not got nothing to do with morals and nothing. I'm not moral. I don't even understand. I'm mortal, but not moral. I'm mortal. Mortal. Please look it up. Welcome to the world. That's what I'm into. I am mortal. See, you say, what are you? I'm immortal. I'm living in a mortal world. I'm immortal. We're immortal. We come back. They call it reincarnate, which simply means we come to the mortal realm again. And we use all of terms to scare you away, but it just simply means we'll be back. And you already know that because you've seen people who've come back. If you're over 30, I think, or 40, you've seen people who've come back and known it was the people who came back because you said it yourself. Damn, she just like, what's her name, or her grandmother, just like that one and that one. And they coming back, man. We don't go nowhere. This is heaven. They're trying to take that. That's what they're taking. Our joy, our heaven from us. This is heaven. Now they're trying to live like they in heaven, in our heaven, by making us miserable and abdicating. You know what I mean by abdicating? Which means stepping out of or giving away your seat of power. Your seat of power is in truth. What you are. Self. Be selfish. Love because you're selfish. Do things because you know you're coming back. Some people, we've been so beat up, we treat the earth bad. We litter, we lie, we do all of them things like that because we're in our mind. We've been told not to be ourselves. And then when they come back and say, you want to be prosperous, about all that stuff, be yourself. Just do what's in your heart. Be yourself. I ain't telling you nothing different. I'm telling you from the start when you're a baby, though, and stop telling. I'm about to hang up on this video because I got another one that's going to take some time. I don't want to obfuscate the message in this video with the next thought. I'll tell you, no, I ain't going to even tell you what the next thought is because I want to stay in this video on the thought of being as selfish as you possibly can. That's the trick. Be as selfish as you possibly can. I give away stuff. Why? Because I'm selfish. You have to understand what selfishness means. I give away stuff because I'm selfish. And yet people will tell you, the best way to become wealthy is to give and to give. But they won't tell you to be selfish. Just be selfish, man. Because the religion has you in one kind of understanding of that crap. And the reality is that's all you are is self. The mind works for you. The body works for you. Tell your body to move your arm over there. And it does it. Tell your mind to think of what's 2 plus 2. And it does it. See, they work for you. You don't work for them. Stop working for their mind and your body. Have them work for you. They're supposed to work. They work better when they work for you. What you're doing is screwing it up by letting them run amok. They're running amok. You see people out in the street, their body all exposed and they're fat and crazy, and they call it overweight. That's another subject too. Be selfish as you can. Yeah, one love.